Alright, I'm gonna kick us off with a classic hello, hello, hello.
Oh, that is a classic.
Yeah. The first episode I edited out the hello, hello, hello because I was a bit shy.
Oh, that's quite sweet. I didn't know that.
Oh. Yeah. Hello, 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 and welcome to Sync Floyd, the podcast where we watch every movie ever made to see if it syncs up with Pink Floyd's 1973 magnum opus, The Dark Side of the Moon. My name is Gareth Blackler, and with me is James Barron.
Hello, half-century man, James Barron here.
Oh, yes.
Clocking in. It's episode 50, baby. How are you, Gareth?
I'm good. I ate a single grape before we started. Yeah. Just to get a bit of excitement in the bloodstream.
Oh, no. Why just one? Are you, fasting for Lent? Or...
No, I'd eaten a full spaghetti dinner beforehand.
Oh, okay.
I think that is tradition for this show.
Yeah. Load up on spaghetti and then Getty on the mic. That's our move. Oh, man.
Yeah. How are you on your 50th?
I'm doing
50th
great
yet.
in my old age over here. Yeah. No, very little has changed for me. I'm still maxing and relaxing in my podcast recording studio surrounded by duvets and pillows, and if someone could offer me singular grapes, I'd be all for that. But I feel like we've earned it. Our hero's journey is at an end to the 50th episode. But yeah, what are we doing?
Goodness.
We're sort of resting on our laurels at this moment, but we've got
very
a job to do.
unearned laurels.
Yeah.
For a podcast that has its highest thing was breaking the top 200 film podcasts in Hong Kong at one point.
Hell yeah, Hong Kong. Shout
Come
outs
at
to
us.
you. Woo!
This one's going out to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
This episode, we got sick of just sitting there with our arms crossed, our little shoulders haunched, going, this doesn't sync with Pink Floyd's album, The Dark Side of the Moon. Neither does this. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it right. We're going to give you, the listener, content that will sync with your Dark Side of the Moon experience and enrich it. We're giving you the Dark Side of the Moon, not quite director's commentary, but experts in our own simple way.
Experts in our field. Outstanding in our field.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. When we started this, we didn't know our keyboards from our drummers. And look at us now.
Exactly. We've come so far. We know some members of Pink Floyd now.
Yeah. And any we don't know, we make up.
Yeah. So, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah,
this episode is going to be listed in the educational part of Apple Podcasts, because I think the listeners are going to learn a lot about Pink Floyd and friendship, I reckon.
We're switching genres for a single episode. That's hilarious. Yeah. Okay.
I don't even know if we can do that, but I'll give it a shot.
Do our best.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, man. But yeah, what are we doing? We're just creating a hot commentary track for Dark Side of the Moon that you can sync up at home if you so desire.
Absolutely. You head down to your local Dark Side of the Moon Emporium and you get your Dark Side of the Moon, and soon, not yet, if you've started playing now, you're in trouble. You're going to have to reverse it.
Yeah.
And we're going to tell you when to start your Dark Side of the Moon, and then we're going to start ours, and we're going to just give you an experience. It's like eating a single grape surrounded by duvets.
That is
this podcast is the grape. Dark Side of the Moon is the duvet.
Yep. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just a grape at the core of a duvet world, you know?
Oh, yes.
It's resonating around us and protecting us. Protect that grape. What is this? What are we doing?
Should we? We'll get it started. So Dark Side of the Moon, we're going to we're like a couple of wine experts. We're going to tell you kind of how about
sommeliers.
The album. Sommeliers, thank you. A word I've put twice into Google pronunciation today, being ready to say it on the show, and still forgot.
I probably put too much emphasis on my pronunciation, but that's my character as a man, so that's fine. I'm happy to say sommelier. I think that's right.
No, that's very good. So, listener, first you're going to take the CD and swill it around your put your finger in the little middle thing and swirl it around and take in the way the light is playing on the CD. You'll notice refracted light, much like the fake reflected light printed on your cover of your album.
Well, listeners, you're looking at a beautiful triangular shape floating in darkness. You know, you've got a perfect line to the left, CD left. You've got a singular line going into this triangle, a prism, if you will.
Oh,
and
I will.
Out the other side, a glorious rainbow of refracted light. And for me, above this, it says Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon.
So, oh, really?
Yeah, and on a little sticker is what it says. So.
Ooh, very classy.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing left to do but take that CD out of your hands and slot it into your nearest Walkman.
If you have a Walkman to hand.
Discman, right? Walkman's are for tapes?
No, either or. I think you could say Walkman for any other kind. I think that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, it's just tricky to find anything that can play a CD these days.
Yeah. Your computer still has a CD drive, eh?
It does, yes.
Oh, lucky.
I know. A blessed life.
Yeah. My car will play a CD, but it will start to skip that CD by track 8.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I need very front-loaded albums exclusively in my car.
Okay. Yeah. By track 8, your car assumes that you're done with it. It's getting tired of slogging its way through an album.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no.
So now we trust you've got your CD ready.
Yes.
So, James, I think it's about time we let the listeners listen to Pink Floyd.
I think that is only fair. They've come this far. They've listened to us ramble for a little bit. And now we're gonna offer you a countdown. I'm sure Gareth will edit in like the Mario Kart start sound, the like beeps, so that you can sync perfectly. You hit play alongside us, and then we'll be good to go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay.
Get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sync.
I may have started slightly ahead of schedule because I didn't expect you to go sync, Gareth.
Oh no. Oh, that makes it even spicier.
Okay.
So right now you're probably like, CD's not working. I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah.
Except for my own damn heart beating in my chest.
Beating
But
away.
yeah, that's actually not your heart, listener. That is a recording of a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Do we ever find out whose heartbeat that is?
I don't know. I feel like it's simulated. I would be surprised if it's a real heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably just some kind of like bass pad, right? I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. The guy from Muse sampled his unborn child's heartbeat.
Whoa, that's very in keeping for David Bellamy. Is that his name?
Matthew Bellamy, right?
Matthew Bellamy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Matt Bellamy. Long time
He's a
Muse
man.
fan.
Yeah, same. He's a man who eats Pink Floyd CDs as breakfast cereal for sure. Like he
Very
loves his
true.
Pink Floyd.
Cut up CDs. Anyway, this is the end of Speak to Me. Now we're officially in Breathe. Here we are, coasting across the clouds, Gareth, is how I feel every time I listen to this song.
Same. Yeah. This has been like one of my most like relaxing like triggers of the year. Like I love hearing a Breathe come in. And if it comes in to a title sequence like it does for the film Cocoon,
Yes.
I am a happy boy.
Perfect. The good thing about the album is that it commonly syncs up that way, right? We get the production houses logos, and then we get straight into Breathe over the film proper, and that just feels right, you know. We're in for a good start if that's your synced experience. So there you go. It does feel weird to be talking over an album I've heard so many times when I'm trying to like pay attention to something. Usually I'm trying to catch something going on, but here I'm providing information. So, it feels very unnatural.
Yeah, so I listened to this today on the bus, and I was reading a book, and I was trying to sync the book. Like, my brain tried to sync the book with what I was reading, and that did not work.
No. Some lovely vocals here.
Yeah.
Here he is, Mr. Gilmore.
Just some good instructions, really. Breathe in the air. He's trying to get Dark Side of the Moon into the educational section of Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, remember to breathe is always good advice.
Right?
That we should be following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never really like. It took me years to figure out like if you did do a deep breath, you will feel better. Like,
yeah,
that was something that like
it's not something.
It should have been a natural thing to know.
Yeah, it's not something that people just say. That definitely helps. Like breathing deeply makes you, it calms people down. It's always good advice. If someone's having a panic attack or freaking out about something, you get them to stop and breathe, and slow down. It's always a good strat. Yeah.
Have you heard? I meant to bring it up on the Independence Day episode, but that was weirdly the only thing in the universe we didn't talk about on that episode.
Oh my god.
Have you heard Jaden Smith's song that samples this?
What? Jaden Smith samples Breathe? Man, shout-outs to him. That's amazing. I need to check that out.
It's quite good. Like, he ends his one verse with Breathe and then ends the other one with Run, and then it goes into like breathe in the air and Run, Rabbit, Run.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Fair enough. Man, clearing that sample must have been a nightmare.
Yeah, I think it's like a mixtape kind of thing. More than anything.
I guess so. Speaking of Run, we're in On the Run now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Things are about to get scary? I don't know. We're just sort of having a chat, so yeah. The disconnect between, like this stressful situation, I feel like we should be bringing up some kind of like an intense thing, like you listening on the bus, there's like almost a car accident occurring in front of you or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, what do you have a movie that comes into your head when you hear these songs now?
Just like flashes of things lining up in the past, honestly.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I think of Tommy quite a lot after watching that.
Yeah, I get a bit of old mate Speed Racer coming on in.
Oh man, yeah. Speed Racer is a great fit for this song in particular for us. Just zooming around the tracks, baby. Oh man. So many adventures we've been on, Gareth.
I know, right?
Yeah. We should talk about what was your favorite of the movies that we've covered, do you reckon? Like out of the ones that you hadn't seen before.
Oh, that's really good. Gosh. So like entirely just on its own filmic experience?
Sure. Well, we could do either or. We could do like the best. We know the best sync based on our rankings, so that's fine. We don't need to rehash that. But yeah, like just personally.
Oh gosh, out of what I hadn't already seen, I'll give it to Point Break or The Thing.
Oh, nice.
Maybe?
Yeah, Point Break was definitely a highlight.
Yeah.
That was a great episode for us because we just got to talk about all the mad things that Keanu got into. That was such a good experience.
That was also during, like, on US Election Day, and we got to just put our phones on airplane mode and just hang out with our favorite surfers.
Oh, such a good call, man.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about our show as well, is that it's gotten us through some hard times.
Yeah.
The setup for the whole show was that we were both like sitting around through the COVID-19 pandemic, not to date the show, but that's sort of why we got started doing this. And it's been a highlight for me, getting me through some tough times.
Oh, absolutely, same. It is it's a weird thing. As like New Zealand goes into other lockdowns, I'm always like, oh cool, I get to bank some episodes of Sync Floyd.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's really nice.
My friend.
Yeah.
And we did like other projects over the lockdowns and stuff as well, which I chalk up the like me getting through that time to all the interactions I had with you and my friends over that. Yeah, it was very helpful to me personally. So
yeah, same.
The crash sound aligning there with my own personal breakthrough about about stuff. And now we're just in the waiting room for the clocks to come in.
What was your favorite movie we covered?
Oh, I did really love Independence Day.
Yeah.
But I had seen that before. Oh, it's tricky. Honestly, I really want to say it was the Turkish Spider-Man because that
Oh, yeah.
I loved watching that. That was so exactly my kind of thing, where it's just
Yeah.
so off the wall and so bizarre, and it was really fun discussing it. So yeah, probably that one.
Yeah. I want to see if there's
Three dividend.
more. Yeah. Oh, there they
Oh,
come.
here they come. When I said three dividend, they knew it was time.
When you hear like a ringtone or a clock or an alarm tone in a movie that sounds
Yeah.
like your real one, does that stress you out?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I've found that like I'm really attuned to specific vibrate sounds now because of having a cell phone.
Oh.
So if something like is vibrating in a certain pattern, my ears will pick it up and like alert my mind. It'd be like, oh, you got a message or something like that. But it's just
Ah.
something vibrating in my vicinity. That's worrying. Just like this
Yeah, that is
Pavlovian
worrying.
response that I've developed.
Yeah, because that wouldn't have been something you would have had to worry about like 20 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah,
Yeah.
I specifically chose the old ringtone on my phone because it sounds kind of like a ringtone. You're allowed to choose like any song you want, right?
Yeah.
For a ringtone now. So now I have Planet by Anamanaguchi as my ringtone, which starts
Oh.
off sounding like a Nokia ringtone and then turns into a sweet Anamanaguchi song. So check that one out, listeners, if
Yeah.
you're keen.
There's also I remember being at a party and someone was playing a Spotify album of like dubstep ringtones.
Oh, whoa.
So it's
That's
like dubstep remixes of the classic Apple ringtones.
that's
Which is
amazing.
also, it was quite stressful because it's the stress of getting an alert and the stress of dubstep.
Oh man, dubstep sure was a time, huh? Did you get
Yeah.
into dubstep when you were a youth? Because that was sort of when we were like fresh out of high school, the whole dubstep kicked off.
Yeah. Dubstep was definitely the first trend where, oh, maybe not. The first musical trend definitely where someone told me this is in now. And then I had to then make the effort to try to understand it because it was in now.
Wow, man,
Yeah.
I was all in. I loved
Yeah, you were
dubstep.
mad into it.
It got really good for me. Yeah, I was like buying T-shirts of DJs and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, wildly inappropriate that we're listening to Time while Gareth grapples with him growing up and not understanding youth culture anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. What's a dubstep song you'd recommend to someone who likes Pink Floyd?
Oh, that's a great question. Oh goodness me. A dubstep song. I really like the dubstep artist Feed Me.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, so back in the day, that was my go-to. But out of their catalog, it's like so different to Pink Floyd. I don't know, probably like Pendulum, honestly. They have like pretty close. They're like more like electronic music than straight dubstep, but they had a couple of dubstep albums. But
Yeah.
yeah, I got really into the album In Silico by them, and yeah, even or like their other albums are also good, and they're kind of
Okay.
like spacey feeling. So
Yeah.
yeah, that would be my recommendation.
They were kind of like a big crossover, like rock band plus electronic, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so.
Yeah,
Oh,
much like Pink Floyd were to electronics.
yeah,
on
true,
this
actually.
album.
Oh, this solo, though. I'm just loving this guitar solo rolling
Yeah,
in.
this guitar solo is so good.
Time's such
Did
a
you-
great one for the album, actually.
Yeah. Did you know that clocks were all recorded separately at a antique store?
What?
Yeah.
How many clocks did they have set up in this antique store? They just got on there with the mics and just set all the
I guess
clocks up
so.
at once? Or they, like, waited for the hour or something?
Yeah. It took them like 25 hours because they had to wait each hour to get a new clock. The guy at the store was like, "You're not resetting any of my clocks. I need to sell these."
Absolutely not. Yeah. I assume that they just like had all these clocks lined up, flanking the halls, like 50 grandfather clocks of varying sizes.
Yeah.
And just like waited for the hour to go off, and every hour is just like an absolute cacophony of these clocks going off. That's what it feels like to me anyway, or that's what I imagine.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And this album was produced by... We've never talked about him on the mic, or at all. I don't think we've ever talked about Alan Parsons in our free time either. But produced by Alan Parsons.
Sweet. Alan Parsons, shout out to you, producer of the great album. The great masterwork that we follow. Oh.
The only two things I really know about Alan Parsons is he produced this album, and there's a joke about him in, like, the second Austin Powers. Is that right?
Oh, wow. Okay, I don't know.
Doesn't old mate Dr. Evil want to call a bomb the Alan Parsons project?
Potentially, yeah. I don't. It's been so long since I've seen any Austin Powers movie.
Yeah, same.
Man.
The thing about Austin Powers is so many jokes weren't actually in it. It was just other, like, kids at school made up jokes and pretended they'd seen Austin Powers.
Oh, really? What kind of things were they talking about?
It's gonna sound really gross, but we all had no idea what Austin Powers was. We just knew it was rude. He was a rude dude with a toad.
Yeah.
So I remember a kid, like, trying to pretend he saw it and said there's a scene where, like, Dr. Evil squeezes the cholesterol out of someone's blood or something.
Whoa!
Yeah, okay. Really gross. Or, like, mashed potatoes, I think the kid said.
All right.
And then, because we didn't know what cholesterol was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Really bizarre. And it's the same for South Park. Like, kids wouldn't actually have seen it, but man, they wanted you to think they had. So they just used their disgusting imaginations.
Yeah. All the stuff about killing Kenny and, yeah. Every episode. Man, I've seen very little of South Park, honestly. I would not be attempting to make things up about it. I've seen the movie, weirdly, but I haven't seen... I think I've seen a total of, like, 4 South Park episodes in my whole life.
Yeah, that seems about fair.
That and the movie. So, there you go. But here we are in Great Gig. It's a solemn moment. Oh, stunning.
Can you play this on piano? You're a pianist.
I haven't tried. It doesn't seem too difficult. I probably could. At least this, like, intro bit seems fine.
Bit of slide guitar.
It would be on brand for me to learn it, so maybe I'll get on that. I've got a brand new piano recently. I'm very happy.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so... But at the moment, I've only been, like, playing dumb things on it, like the Mario Brothers theme. So, you know, maybe I'll learn some actual music.
This is old Claire Torrey about to give us some singing.
Yeah.
Hero of the show, I reckon.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Stunning. The best. I did also...
And that was...
I did also enjoy the backup singers of the Pulse performance with their version as well.
Yeah. That's for sure. And the I Am Not Frightened of Dying is a janitor from the studio.
Right. The elusive janitor. In my head, he is the drunk man who says "Fly away, little birds" in 3D Vidam. He's the same guy.
Yeah.
The boogeyman of this podcast lurking in the shadows.
He's probably also the grave digger from Frankenstein.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's a recurring character of our show and on the album, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any, like, historical photo, you zoom in and there he is.
Oh, no.
That's why he's not frightened of dying. It's because he's immortal.
Yeah. It makes sense. There's no reason for it. I'm just...
Yeah, exactly.
I'm immortal. So, there you go. They cut that, like, other part.
Yeah.
When they're recording it. Yeah, when he explained that he was immortal and could never die. You're like, we got what we needed. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, please don't harm us if you're immortal magic.
Yeah, that's what I'm always worried about when recording an album, that I'll be smited by an immortal being. Oh, man. I'm just, like, so reverent for this. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I should be treating it with more respect than I am. But, like, yeah, it's just... it's just such a somber note on this album, and spectacular. It is the best song on the album. Like, I've come around on Breathe's my favorite, but this is the best one.
Yes, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I will say something I've kind of learned from the show is the idea of having a favorite and something being best. I feel like I've never had to make that distinction until I've described that feeling on air. Like, I love this, but I know it sucks. Or I, like...
Oh, yeah.
This is great, but I just can't get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I live. That's, like, my whole thing. Is that it's fine to like things that are lame.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and also it's fine to dislike things that other people find amazing. You're just like, have your own opinions, and yeah. That's what the show is all about.
Yeah. The real lesson of Pink Floyd is be yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. We provide a lot of morals on the show.
Yeah.
I think.
We kind of do.
That's why we belong in the education category, Gareth. We're changing. The next 50 episodes are all going to be educational.
Yeah.
Provide a fun fact at the end every day, every time. Little fact of the week for you.
Oh, gosh. It's like a post-credit thing with a little jingle. It's like James says.
Yeah. I don't have a fact of the week prepared. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. I'm trying to think if I've got any.
Next week.
Yeah.
I haven't learned anything recently.
Oh.
I know. I'm just stuck in my ways.
You need to, like, get into some sitcom situations.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. Do you think about that if your life was a sitcom? Like, would you be the main character?
I reckon if my work life was a sitcom, I'd totally be, like, third tier wacky supporting character.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Not like I'm witty and funny or anything. I just think, like, I come across, like, when I have to explain stuff like what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
To, like, a coworker, I just come across as the weird one, and I'm okay
That's
with
fine.
that.
Yeah. You're like that one bit part character on The Office.
Yeah.
That comes in. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, what about you? I reckon you've got more main character vibes than I do.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be completely unworthy of the main character. I feel like I'm more like a Lancer kind of role, in that I'm like, I'll come in with a sweeping generalization or opinion, I'll get in the way of the main character, if anything. I'll be an obstacle.
So you're an antagonist.
Yeah, I'll be an obstacle for a single episode, and then you'll never see me again. Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's the best, like, if I was an actor, that's the kind of stuff I love to do, is one-off villain on a sitcom.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'd love to be, I think, a patient on, like, House or something, or ER.
Oh, yeah.
That would be really fun, I think.
Yeah.
You just have to be, like, a normal person surrounded by these, like, really intense characters. I reckon that'd be a really fun day.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm feeling a bit sick, Doc. Got a crook leg, and yeah, help me out, please.
Your crook leg teaches old Hugh Laurie an important thing he's been trying to figure out for himself.
Exactly. He too has a crook leg. So
oh, he does. Yeah,
it's relatable. Oh, money though.
Yeah. Somebody told me the saxophone solo was the same saxophonist from Careless Whisper.
What?
I checked it just before we started, and it isn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
how much does that suck?
It would kind of freak me out if it was, honestly. Oh man, the Careless Whisper guy.
Yeah, that guy's got a great name, the Careless Whisper guy. Hold up.
Holding up.
It is Steve Gregory.
Sweet.
Yeah.
2 first names, though. Can't trust him. See, that's the thing that's the antagonistic statement that I make.
Yes.
Main character has
and
2
by the
first
end of the
names.
real by the end of the episode, the real main character learns to trust Steve Gregory.
Yeah, there you go. And I'm shunned. I fall in a gutter or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
This solo, after watching that live video, has, like, got me good. This is a good guitar solo.
Money's guitar solo and Time's guitar solo flanking Great Gig. It's just like two big friends protecting a small and innocent friend. That's the feeling I get. These two, like, it's that it's the meme of the like small kid on the computer like asking a question and then the three buff guys coming in and swooping in to save the day. Have you seen this?
I have not seen that meme, but thank you for describing it.
It's very good. Oh, yeah, just two big buff friends on the album. They're centerpieces, you know.
I love it.
Yeah.
These songs are the two buff friends.
Yeah.
Us and Them's like the third friend who just can't get his legs quite as fit.
He skips leg day.
Yeah.
It's still like doing the same thing, but yeah.
And he skips it for his job, but his buff friends just don't quite get it.
What kind of job involves you skipping leg day? I'm so confused by that. That's great.
I don't know, maybe he gets called in. Maybe, actually, he's a day player actor, and he keeps getting the callback to be a patient on House.
Oh, there we go.
So he can't get his legs too buff, because then House won't, he can't have a crook leg.
I was trying to think of other occupations where it would be fine to, like, neglect your leg definition, I guess. And all I could think of was newsreader, because no one sees your legs.
Yeah.
So, just this hugely muscular guy, and then under that, just weak crook legs for my role on House. There we go. Oh.
I've been meaning to track down this fact. So whether or not the song is in 7/8, 7/4, or 21/8 is a debate on Wikipedia that has been edited 573 times.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure it alternates. Because the like verse bar is 7/8, and then it goes into, I think, 11/8. I think each bar alternates back and forth. I'm fairly certain. I'd have to listen to it a bit closer. I have heard this album over 100 times, but I can't give you a definitive answer at this stage. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it alternates bar to bar.
Oh, wow. It does definitely go into 4/4 on the guitar solos.
Yeah,
right?
it does, yes.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because it's they're all over 8, so it works, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fact was courtesy of informationisbeautiful.net, which is also a book. And every time I spend ages in a bookstore,
not sponsored.
Friend of the show, Maddie, finds that book.
Oh.
And has a quick read while she's waiting for me to finish my boring business.
What are you doing in the bookshop that's boring business? You just hunting for boring tomes to build a book fortress or something? What are you doing?
Just finding ways to fall asleep faster. Oh. No, I'm just like running around looking at all the cool books.
That's fine.
Yeah, just taking my time.
Maddie already knows where the coolest book is and seeks it out, so I respect that. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Oh, man. Smooth sailing once again, and us and them. Oh.
Yeah. For a stretch last year, I had to work at the New Zealand Maritime Museum.
Yes.
In the gift shop. And they had the classic rock station on, and I remember this playing at the end of one of my shifts. While, deep into deep into being on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I felt very like, oh my god, it's found me, like it was the It Follows monster.
Oh no. I don't like that dark vibe for us and them, unfortunately.
No.
I feel like it's a perfect like night shift kind of song. This this saxophone rolling in right now is like just exactly what I think of it. Like I think of a smoky like Blade Runner street with just a man with a saxophone who no one acknowledges. you know, whiling out. Yeah.
Hmm.
I really wanted you, by the way, when you were working at the Maritime Museum, I wanted you to get really into maritime lore and aesthetic. I just wanted you to like become very like sailory or like naval in the way you dress and approach people.
I wanted that too for myself, honestly.
I tried. Sea punk Gareth.
I bought a striped shirt that was very nautical, and I do own the blue blazer.
Yeah. Never at the same time, though.
No.
Is that too much? Too much
You had to wear a lovely blue polo shirt working there.
Oh, okay. So there was a uniform. That's fine then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you learn any sweet maritime facts when you were working there that you want to pass on to listeners?
Oh, gosh. If you go to the New Zealand Maritime Museum, which you can get in for free if you live in Auckland and have your library card on you, or any proof of ID.
What if you don't live in Auckland? Can you not get in for free?
You have to pay, or yeah.
Oh man, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Seems hard to police, but all right.
At 1:00 they fire the cannon, so that's pretty sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah. I would be more excited than the kids who were visiting. Like I'd run over to them and run around pretty much going like, guys, the cannon is about to come.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Back to my boring business here at the Maritime Museum. I'm here to look up specific naval officers for my project, okay? I can't be distracted by this cannon. Also, I'm 8 years old. Goodness.
Speaking of 8-year-old projects.
Okay.
You remember in school how you had to make like a A1 poster about like a topic, like a popular author or a war or a sea creature or something?
Kind of. I remember like science fairs. I don't remember having to make a big A1 poster of something though.
Really? At my school, you'd do it once a week. You'd get assigned your new project on Monday. You'd go to the Paper Plus and buy your big sheet of paper on Monday night. Tuesday, you'd be allowed on Wikipedia to do your research. And then, the rest of the week you'd be making it pretty.
Wow.
And then the prettiest ones got to go on the wall. And I found out that's because teachers get a limited budget for classroom decoration.
Oh, right.
So if they get the kids to pretty much decorate the room themselves, win-win.
Man, that makes sense. Damn.
Yeah.
I never had to do that, but we would do work, but it wasn't like a regular, like we would do work that would end up on the board, or on the wall. But it was never like a regular weekly thing. We would put up a big A1 piece of paper. It wasn't, that was what we did every week. Yeah. I do like that though. That seems like a good thing. Could you just choose whatever you wanted to?
No, not at all. Definitely not.
Was it all based like this week we're doing historical New Zealand figures or something like that?
Yeah, and often you'd be assigned who your person was, which was great because I would have otherwise waited until Thursday trying to figure out what I wanted and then be in trouble.
Okay. That does That's very unfortunate. Poor wee Gareth having to work away. Oh.
This short, sharp shock monologue is by a man called Roger the Hat Manifold.
Wow. Roger the Hat Manifold. Was this one of the people that was related to the star of Mulholland Drive? Or not?
No. So, her mum and dad are in Great Gig in the Sky.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice,
I think her dad's in Money as well.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Man, good representation on the album from that family.
Yeah.
Oh, so soothing. I'm getting very nostalgic for school time weirdly now.
Oh, interesting.
Just thinking about past projects and things. I remember a time where I was a science project that I had to complete, and I was a terrible student, unrelated. But it was a month that we had to do this research project, and I left it until the very last night. And in a complete panic, I worked on this research project into the wee hours of the morning and got it all done, and then submitted it. And I was like, oh, I did it. I got it done, but it's probably rubbish. Turns out it was the best in the whole class.
Whoa!
I know. I was as surprised as anyone.
Yeah.
But
That's amazing.
Yeah, I just pulled that one out of my hat. So there you go.
They're like nighttime magic. Did you learn anything from it? Did you start like working more like smarter instead of harder? Or did you learn the opposite lesson?
I feel like I do that now, but definitely I didn't learn that lesson then.
Yeah.
I've become better at time management over time. Through university I was way better at it, but yeah, throughout like intermediate, even through high school, I was absolutely rubbish at it. But hey, I passed. It was all good.
Yeah.
Great times. Oh. But yeah, that's what Us and Them makes me think about, Gareth.
Yeah. Intermediate was definitely when my dad finally got his CD copy of Dark Side of the Moon, and it really entered my life.
Right. I feel like it was one that my dad always had, like before I was born, probably. He has a like really impressive music collection of records and CDs.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah. I think you've talked about it on mic before. Yeah. He gave you a USB full of his favorite songs, right?
He did. Yeah, like 100
That's
of
awesome.
his favorite songs. It's a dad playlist. It's actually on my Spotify if you want to hear my dad's top tracks.
Oh, yeah. We'll put a link in the show notes.
Sure, yeah. It's just like all these things from when he was growing up. It's mostly like punk music and new wave was what he was into, which is super cool, yeah. You wouldn't know it from looking at him, but yeah. I really value that about my dad. Yeah. Oh, we're in Any Color You Like now, the vibey outro to Us and Them as you described it. It's one of my favorite things that you had no idea that this was a different song.
Yeah. No, I love this now.
It's the best revelation. Yeah. It's a good instrumental cut, you know. More albums should be bold enough to have instrumental moments on their album. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
As someone who listens to half of my music is probably instrumental only still. So
that's cool.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just the way my brain is wired, you know.
I like that. It was David Byrne who said lyrics are only there to get you to pay attention to music. Yeah. So you're doing, good on you for putting in the hard yards.
I mean, I'd kind of do the opposite sometimes in that I'm usually like not paying that close attention to lyrics, which is its own issue in that I'll be listening to a song and then not realize, I'm like, this song's really cool. And then I'll recommend it to someone and they'll be like, oh, I don't know about some of these lyrics. And then I'll listen back and go like, oh no.
Yeah.
I should not have recommended this song. But yeah, I think it's just because I like grew up playing music that I just think about the music more often than the lyrics of a song.
Yeah, whereas I wasn't really a music guy until, again, intermediate, until like, I think it was Green Day American Idiot that made me suddenly become the most into music, like, of all my friends. But like, before that it was books, TV, movies. So like, the lyrics and the words would always be the thing that like, that was what I could conceptually understand when I started getting like really into music.
That's fair. And also like you probably had access to like MP3 players and stuff at that time. So music became like a hell of a lot more accessible at that exact moment in your life. Yeah. Although not famously, famously to people who know my parents, so the year the iPod came out was when my family started getting CDs. We were that behind. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. So that one Christmas where you got the Yu-Gi-Oh! Musics to Duel By was like some of the first CDs your family ever bought. Absolutely. It might actually be, the first CD my brother owned. Oh, man. Like, he owned cassettes, but like, nothing on a compact disc. Man, that's wild. Yeah. The first CD I ever owned was also a gift, and it was the Venga Boys. Their debut album, and it was that's good, lit as hell. Little James, he knew what was up. I think I requested it specifically for Christmas.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I was hanging out in the Classic Comedy Club in Auckland a couple of years ago.
Fun place.
The Venga Boys were in the country, and someone walked in wearing like full leopard print and a cowboy hat and like 90s Oakleys. And my friend just yelled out, "Venga Boys!" And like we all hid, and we didn't get a chance to see if they looked, but I'm pretty sure I've seen the Venga Boys.
Wow. I love the idea of you just like yelling Venga Boys at the Venga Boys.
Yeah.
That's such a weird, like you're trying to cast a spell, or like you're playing hide and seek with them in a bar. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Venga Boys!
Venga Boys.
Oh man. Here we are on Brain Damage as well.
Yeah.
Another chill, relaxing time on the album. It's so good.
Yeah.
I feel like we chose a good album for doing this syncing, and that it's like, it's easy to have as a background to something else. If the more albums that we do that aren't as background, that aren't have more like filling your ears, right? More information. I feel like that's a lot harder to follow.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when we did Run the Jewels at Christmas, it was like very difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just the right amount to sync up with something else. It's an album designed to sync with another piece of media, some would say.
Oh yes, and we're gonna find it. I mean, we kind of have. It's Independence Day.
We kind of have.
Yeah.
We kind of have. We may have been slightly drunk off of our 2.5 hours recording at that stage, or maybe 3 hours. I don't remember if we were doing stuff before, but holy moly, yeah. We were in a state when we gave out that 10, Gareth, but I stand by it. I'm happy to have a 10 on the graph.
It's good. Well, you got to admit, like, if we weren't willing to admit a perfection can exist, then people would like lose trust in us, right?
Exactly, right? I'm sure it won't be the last as well.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting close to the end now. It's like the victory lap with the choir rolling in at the moment.
Yes.
The chorus is this is a very like final moment on the album, honestly, Brain Damage. And then we have Eclipse after that as like a sort of cymbal crash at the end of the orchestra, you know?
Yeah. It's very much how like Prestige TV will put its biggest episode as the second to last one, and then give you this like denouncement, give you this chance to kind of come down and get everything wrapped up. Yeah.
You've got to have the dust settle at the end of the season, and then see where we're moving on to. Much like we're doing, actually.
Yeah.
Do we want to like sign off mid-eclipse?
What was that?
Do we want to sign off mid-eclipse or not?
Oh, give people like... I reckon people need a little come down? Figure out... Well, we've got to get something... You've got to give them one thing you've learned, surely.
That's true. We've only got 1 minute left as well, pretty much, of this recording. So we don't have time to sign off.
And people have got to hear our hot takes on this song.
It's true.
It's good.
It is good.
Yeah.
Eclipse is a lovely, lovely song to end the album on. Oh. Yeah, we're running out the clock now at the end here. It's lovely.
Yeah.
What a strange episode of our show, Gareth. We were just like shooting the shit for 45 minutes. Bizarre. But we've done it now. So you tell us if anything's synced up.
Yeah.
If we synced up with the music and you spotted it and we didn't because we were busy waffling, that would be great. I hope so.
It's going to be like the listeners will give us a 2 and we're going to have like a real moment of, oh, okay.
I mean, I want that to happen, honestly.
Yeah.
I think I'm fine with that. Please. We can do better. Maybe we'll do this again if it's not satisfactory.
Yeah. How good was this song in the trailer for Dune, by the way.
Oh, incredible. Can't wait for Dune. Been delayed so long. Oh. We'll get there, though.
That's your album, folks.
We'll get there together. We're just getting heartbeats now for another 30 seconds or so, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Mine's going to start looping immediately as well.
Yes,
that's just what it does.
This album did finish slightly before the end of my bus trip, and I just looped it. I was like, well, I know what to do. I know how this album needs me to hear it.
It's not a dissatisfying way to end as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it. That's Dark Side of the Moon.
That's been Dark Side of the Moon, folks.
Done.
If you didn't know anything about Pink Floyd, now you know everything about Pink Floyd.
Just like us. You've attained so much knowledge. Your head is full and spinning. Oh, man. There we go.
Oh, my gosh.
What do we do now? We usually rate something at the end of the episode. Do we rate the album out of 10?
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be a 10 out of 10 album, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course
in terms of what it's setting out to do and achieving.
Yeah. Mark it on the graph that only has it on it.
Yeah.
Because it's out of the albums we sync with things every week on the show, it's the best.
Yeah. Out of albums named Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, best one.
Yeah. Number one.
Yeah.
Every time.
I'm going to stop my looping Pink Floyd now.
Oh, gosh.
James, new listeners who came in because now we're an educational podcast and are now completely ready for their NCEA Level 1 exam on magnum opuses.
Yeah.
They're going to be curious to know what we're going to do next week. For usually we're a show that syncs movies to Dark Side of the Moon. So how are you going to crack us off a fresh 50, James? What's our next film?
Well, Gareth, we need to recenter and reassess ourselves. I feel like I'm going to let us in easy. It's going to be an easy-going movie for this first one because I feel like we've had some fairly intense theatrics over the last few episodes. This episode notwithstanding, this was a chill vibe and a good chat, a good decompressor. Yeah. But I was worried that this would not be enough, so I've queued up a very chill movie for us to watch.
Ooh,
we're gonna be watching Paddington, the first Paddington movie.
Yes. I am so pumped.
A little beer in London town. Yeah.
How much do I love Paddington? I own a blue duffel coat and a red hat.
Holy crap!
Just like my boy.
Well, we'll get there for the next episode then.
Yes.
Yeah?
I feel almost like there's tears in my eyes. I'm so excited for something.
Oh, excellent. I'm so happy. Okay.
Yes. Wow. Oh my goodness. Until then, I've been Gareth Blackler.
I've been James Barron.
Go to your library and ask more questions about Dark Side of the Moon. Good luck with your exam, children.
Yeah. Best of luck.
Until next week, we'll see you on the Dark Side of the Moon.
On the Dark Side of the Moon. Hello and welcome to James's Fact of the Week. It's James here.
Okay, yeah.
Here's today's Fact of the Week. It's about the water mammal manatees. Did you know that manatees, they eat more than 1/10 of their weight in food every day? Isn't that incredible?
Wow. What a fact of the week. Thanks, James.
Yeah. That's the Fact of the Week from James. See you next week.